Welcome to Life Specialties. Within this program, we have added many new features. We are currently in version 2, which you have received the email for the update for. Within version 2, we continue to have the auto scheduling. I want to show you in my schedule, I have everything scheduled through 1:04 p.m. tomorrow. And you see where I've entered client number 20 and chosen hormone biliary, and it starts at 5:04. Well, if you look at number 97 hormone biliary, it automatically puts in 2 hours and 5 minutes between these, which it allows 2 hours for the program and 5 minutes for the in between. So it automatically puts that in. And then I want to go over here and show you it allots here 125 minutes also, so those match up, and that's where those numbers come from. So it's 2 hours and 5 minutes, and the 5 minutes is just the extra that's given to give it ease in transition. I also want to show you you notice the stop button, and we have added a legend, an icon legend. So when these run successfully, they're going to change to check marks. We have a question mark that something is missing in the log. I'll be honest with you, I haven't had one of those. Those are very rare. We have an X if something interrupted the protocol and it did not complete. We have this blank clock if there was a no launch, and that could possibly happen if there's interference, say with a Windows update pop-up or a McAfee pop-up or any kind of software update pop-up, you could get a no launch. This is the future schedule, just like you see on mine. And this is if the protocol is interrupted. So let's say that it's halfway through and Windows decides to pop up a window that says update, or a software pop-up comes up, that will cause it to stop, and it will give you this sign. This is if you press the F8 key, which over on the sidebar, you will have an F8 key to safely stop the process and close the life system down properly without possibility of damaging or losing files. The fish, it's a dead fish, and it actually appears if, let's just say that something slowed your computer down extremely. It could have several programs running in the background, something slowed it down. It will complete the program the best that it can, and in most cases it completes it, but you may have a fish because it doesn't allow it to close out like it should before the next one starts. So you could possibly see this icon. But the ideal situation is to have all checks. Now you say, what do I do if I do not have checks? When you right click on this one that I actually stopped, I could open the log and see when I actually stopped it. I could open the folder that's in it, and I could see if it has a screenshot, which it will not. The only screenshots that will be provided is if it stopped abruptly for some reason, it will provide a screenshot. I can delete a task, so if I did not want that on there, I can delete it. I can delete my logs, which that's something that we'll talk about in settings next. And then I could email my logs to the support tech person, whether it be Russell or Ethan, with this option. These are options here that are used by our tech support team. It's not really options that you will be using. You could use these even though you can do the ones on the screen manually, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But you will be using email log files to support if you have issues. And if you go to settings, you can modify your password, which I do not suggest that you do. If you modify your life system password, you'll want to modify your password here. It's the same. You can add additional protocols, but you will need an order number. And if you click on this, you will enter your email address and the order number, and it can add If you say purchase more protocols, it will add them. So it's just an easy way to add them. This is how long you can keep your logs. So if you want to keep your logs for 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, whatever, your log history, it's saying 30 days, or you can clean your old logs. You might want to change this to 3. That's totally up to you. Run as administrator is something that our tech team might use. It's not something that we suggest you use. In language, you can choose your language, and we're going to stay with English, and it's English, Spanish, and French. And when you choose that, it will restart in whatever language that you have. Now let's go to the help button. I love this check for updates. Everything is up to date. You will have to be online to check for updates, but if there are updates, it will automatically ask if you want to load them, and you can update your system. Remote support is something that you will use when tech support needs to dial in and look at your system to see what's going on with it. And then protocol description. I love this. So in both Auto Panel and Life Specialties, you have this. It tells you how long the program is, and then if you click on it, it gives you a description of what that program holds. All of the stresses that they address. Okay, and you can just close that description box. And remember, you hover over, it's allowed 56 minutes for baseline, 90 minutes for whole body health, and 125 minutes for hormone biliary. You will not use the back or next keys within this. If I want to delete something, I can highlight it, and if I want to delete multiple ones, I can hold my shift key down and highlight all of them and hit the delete. But for this purpose, I'm just going to show you how to delete the one. But shift click will highlight a group, and it will delete all of them, and it will ask you if you are sure. We're going to delete one. And yes, I want to delete it. Tells you okay, and it's gone. I'm going to add a baseline test for client number 85. That is the one I deleted. So it's asking me, do you want to reschedule it? And if you'll notice, 104 is the last scheduled one. 234 is what it automatically puts in for the next available slot. And I'm going to hit schedule. And then I'm going to schedule another one. I'm going to schedule hormone biliary on client number 26. Schedule. And there it is. Very easy. Some great new additions. We've also optimized your baseline report, and I want to show you this. So if I run a baseline report on a client, I just go to my file and clients, and I double click on the client I want to look at, double click on the file folder, and this actually is a rectification. So this tells me I did not run a baseline on this, but it is something that I want to show you. This actually, I ran whole body health on this horse, and I chose muscles, and it rectified at 14%. I chose another option within muscles, and it rectified 47%. And so you see the rectification of everything it chose. And some people love this reference. Some people could care less. So it's here if you want it. Now let's find someone that we ran a baseline test on. I can arrow up back to the folders. I'm going to hit on Charlotte, and let's see if we ran. No. So let's go to the next one. No. Anything that you run within Life Specialties, it's going to show you rectification reports. And let's see that, oh, here, number 1. That's another, I went through there looking for all of these, and they were all hormone biliary. This is whole body health, and guess what? 1 means baseline. If I click on that, I get all of the reports. So it actually tells you what the file folder's for. Within this, you have your baseline in HTML and PDF. I'm going to open it in HTML. There's your 9-page report. It has all of your results. I'm going to close that. And then if I wanted to look at her reactivity, I just look at the name on here and the reactivity. I always like to review the reactivity before I review the baseline. It's just the method that I use. Also, I love the fact that if you click on Cellcom, you can actually see the red, yellow, blue. It takes a screenshot of every test that it performed feedback on. And added to this, you have a reactivity 1, which you already have the acute on your reactivity test. But I love this addition. And you have all of the chronic at the bottom. So it's showing me all of the zeros, if you'll look. So the zeros, and I'm able to scan this and look. So if my others had ear problems, there it is. Nasal cavity, maybe some sinus problems. So that is your screenshot on chronic. So you will have all of these as reference. You'll notice I've got some more 2s, 3s, 1s, so I know which are which. And you can just hit the up arrow. It will take you backwards, and you can close this. So that is where you access. You can run schedule just like the buttons. Those are identical to the buttons down here. You could get your daily report, which just shows everything that was scheduled for a certain day. And it will just do so on 105, I ran the baseline test. On 105, I ran the whole body health. And on 105, I ran the hormone biliary that day at different times. On this log, baseline on 105, baseline on 105, whole body health on 20, took 88 minutes, whole body health on 26, and so forth. It shows you everything that you ran that day. Also, you have your diagnostic reports, and those are something that Russell would access, or any tech support person would access, as your diagnostic reports, and that is there for him. You have your reload, and it just reloads the whole program, which will pick up any updates also, as long as you're connected to the internet. And that is the Life Specialties panel and all the new options.